and her voice was just as calm. "I can't guarantee it, but Cornwall is your best bet. It's not closed in as fully there. Cold Harbour, a small fishing port on the coast near Lizard Point. There's an old RAF landing strip there from the Second World War, abandoned for years but usable. I'll put out your details to all rescue services. Good luck." We were at 3,000 for the next 20 minutes, and the traffic on the radio was confusing, often blanked out by some kind of static. The fog swirled around us, and then it started to rain very hard. Dupont seemed more agitated than ever, the sweat on his face very obvious now. Occasionally he spoke, but again in French, and once more Denise took over. There were various voices, lots of static, and the plane started to rock as a thunderstorm exploded around us. Denise spoke, very controlled, giving our details. "Possible Mayday. Attempting a landing at airstrip at Cold Harbour." And then the static cleared, and a voice echoed strong and true. "This is Royal National Lifeboat Institution, Cold Harbour. Zek Ackland speaking. Know where you're going to land here, girl. Can't see my hand in front of my face." For Dupont, this was the final straw. He gave a sudden moan, seemed to convulse, and his head lolled to one side. The plane lurched down, but Denise took control and gradually leveled it out. I leaned over and felt for a pulse in his neck. "It's there, but it's weak. Looks like a heart attack." I pushed him away from her. She said calmly, "Take the life jacket from under his seat and put it on him. Then do the same for yourself." She put the 310 on automatic and pulled on her own life jacket. I took care of Dupont and struggled into mine. "Are we going into the drink?" "I don't think we've got much choice." She took manual control again. I tried to be flippant, a personal weakness. "But it's March. I mean, far too cold in the water." "Just shut up. This is business," she said, and spoke again as we went down. "RNLI, Cold Harbour. I'll have to ditch. Pilot seems to have had a heart attack." That strong voice sounded again. "Do you know what you're doing, girl?" "Oh, yes. One other passenger." "I've already notified Royal Navy Air Sea Rescue, but not much they can do in this pea souper. The Cold Harbour lifeboat is already at sea, and I'm on board. Give me a position as accurately as you can." Fortunately, the plane was fitted with a global positional system, satellite-linked, and she read it off. "I'll go straight down," she said. "By God, you've got guts, girl. We'll be there, never fear." My wife often discusses her flying with me, so I was aware of the problems in landing a fixed-wing light-twin aircraft in the sea. You had to approach with landing gear retracted and full flaps and reasonable power, a problem with one engine dead. Light winds and small waves land into the wind. Heavy wind and big waves land parallel to the crests. But we didn't know what waited down there. We couldn't see. Denise throttled back and we descended, and I watched the altimeter. 1,000, then 500. Nothing, not a damn thing. And then, at a couple of 100 feet, broken fog, the sea below, small waves, and she dropped us into the wind. For those few moments, I think she became a truly great pilot. We bounced, skidded along the waves, and came to a halt. The shock was considerable, but she had the cabin door open in an instant. "Bring him with you," she called, and went out fast onto the wing. I leaned over, unfastened Dupont's seatbelt, then shoved him headfirst through the door. She reached for him, slid off the wing into the water, and pulled him after her. I went then and slipped off the wing. I remembered some statistics she'd shown me on landings at sea. 90 seconds seemed to be about par for the course before the plane sank. Denise was hanging on to Dupont as they floated away in their yellow life jackets. As I followed, the plane sinking, she shouted, "Oh, God! Tarquin's in there!" This requires a